Join me for the Travelers Company Stamp Caravan at Bookbinders Design in Melbourne, where I got my hands on exclusive TN stamps, unique embossing, and of course just a few purchases as well. The event was scheduled for 6 p.m. in the city, so I got the train into the city in the late afternoon, and I got there a little bit early in fact, so I walked past the store just to check it out. And I could see they were just getting ready inside, so I went for a bit of a wander, then came back later, and already 6:15 there was a queue outside, so lots of keen people waiting to get in. Inside there were various stations that you could go to. This here was a queue to get some calligraphy done in your TN or even on a piece of paper. Lots of interesting things to look at. The longer you spend in the shop, the more you see. It was quite busy and you had to wait your turn and squeeze past people a lot of the time. Stamping station was pretty busy all of the time. This was the Travelers Notebook corner. So they had most things in stock, not everything though, so I think there might have been a bit of a rush on some things. The famous clips at the bottom here, big variety of inserts and some TNs on display as well. Various other brands here. And just on the right there were trays of washi tape. And this is heading back over to the TN shelf as well. So they moved all the stamps into one place a little while in, and it was still very busy. Everyone with their TNs out or using pieces of paper. This was the Midori corner, so they had quite a good stock of lots of things Midori, all their notebooks, their notepads, lots of stamps, clips, stickers. I did see these cute little templates made of brass here, but I don't think it will suit what I want them for, but I really did love them. Like brass stencils for your to-do list. That was a cat-shaped one. So cute. They also had the Yuri logs and covers for that. Those were the covers there. And cute little rulers as well. And then they called for everybody to bring their TN over to the side for a photo shoot. So they carefully lined them up. And this was the end result. See those mini ones at the front? Back to looking around the shop. And then I was in there about an hour all up. And then I said farewell. Time was passing and it was starting to get a bit dark. So I headed on out. One last final look through the window. So there were still quite a few people in there. Then back to Flinders Street Station and onto the train home. So this is what I got from the event. The shop was obviously open and you were allowed to buy anything. There were also some freebies on offer, so let's take a look at those first. First, if you spent over a certain amount, you got this sticker. There were 3 different ones, and I didn't get a choice, but pretty happy with this one anyway. Really good to look at the detail. Travelers Town. So that was the free sticker. It's sort of like a matte finish. It's quite nice. And then in here, these were free as well. We'll come back to this in a minute. So we've got this postcard, Bookbinders Design, Stamp Caravan. Yes, pretty pretty good. And then this tiny Bookbinders sticker, and then also this little bear icon of the Travelers Factory sticker. Happy holidays and have a nice trip. So those were little freebies, and then this here is a leather tag, and I have to get the light just right for you to see it because it's so faint. And you could choose a tag colour and get it embossed, I guess, with a little motif, and there were several to choose from. Of course I chose an airplane because, you know, travel, but unfortunately this is the blue colour and it just doesn't show up on it very well. I wanted the brown one, but by the time I got there they were all sold out of that colour, so I had this one anyway. So these were free, and they had a machine there doing the embossing. So yeah, pretty cool. Haven't put that on my TN just yet, but I will look forward to doing that. So everything else I purchased. So I got 3 of these inserts for my standard TN. 20, 29 and 31 if you follow the numbers. So this is the sticker release paper. Let's just have a look inside. Nice pink colour, and it's got the shiny paper inside, so you can put some stickers on this to take with you and use. That's one, and then I got a couple of folder type inserts because I want to have a play around with some different configurations. Oh, that's noisy. Okay, so this just shows you what you can do. Can hold A4 size paper folded in 3, such as map, itinerary, ebooks, sorry, e-tickets, receipts. Yep. So there we are. Okay, the next insert that I got was this craft paper folder. So it's just the usual one that you might have already seen. Slips under the band, and you've got a pocket on either side, and then this little slip, like a faux pocket in here that you can put something extra as well. So those were my 3 inserts that I got for my TN. And then I also got this Midori A5 journal. I do love a Midori book alongside the TN. This was $22.95 Australian. It's a good thickness, and I went for the dot grid, which is pretty faint, but you can certainly see it. And it's got this let me show you. So it's got these little stickers that you can use however you want, and it comes with this sort of, well, I don't know how you describe it, very thin sort of translucent cover, and then it's just got the bare binding on the back. So I did want to get an A5 cover for it, but they didn't have one. So I will think about what I do there. Will I cover it with something? I'm not quite sure at the moment, but I'm thinking this is going to be my planner for next year. So far I've not managed to plan in actual Traveller's Notebook. For some reason it's just not quite fitting with what I want to do. But of course I might change my mind in the future. But for now I am going to try this out. Right, okay, let's go to this hiding underneath here. There were lots of stamps going on at the shop, as you would have seen, and I'll show you. I did get quite a few in my TN, but I also got this. So this is the partner shop's passport. It's a very nice sort of copper embossing on it, and you can mark all of the partner shops that you visit around the world. So it's got a little map, space to write something, and then each partner shop has its own stamp which you can put in here. You can write the date in here, or write some notes about it here. So it's got lots of pages, and this is on every other page because these stamps do tend to show through quite a bit. They're quite inky. The secret to getting a good stamp was to, because these are self-inking ones, was to hold it down for a long time. Well, not just a quick stamp, but maybe hold it down for 3 or 4 seconds, and that gave quite a good impression of the stamp. So yeah, I've got some travel coming up next year, and I'm going to take this with me and see if I can get a few more stamps. I need to do a bit more research on which partner shops to visit. So yeah, that's quite cute. Specific little insert just for visiting partner shops. And then I got some click art pens. So I did buy a couple of these in Japan last year, and I really like them. So I decided to get this 12 pack, and these are pastel colours, and I've tried them out and I think I prefer the bright colours, but hey, I have them now. So they are a pen that you click on and off, and you can see this little marker changes as you click on and off. Okay, so they are quite nice. Let me just show you. You can either use them for writing, or you can use them, actually you can even sort of do a bit of colouring in. You would call them sort of a marker slash, you know, felt tip. Yeah, they're quite nice to write with, and lots of colours. And these pastel ones are sort of good for highlighting small areas as well. Not exactly a highlighter, but yeah, these pastel ones act more like a highlighter. So there we are. By the way, I didn't get this memo pad. I already had this. Also got this in Japan. So there we are. Those are the click art pens. Yes. I think I do prefer the darker ones, but I definitely will find a use for these. I don't know, there's something just so satisfying about not having to take the cap off the pen and just use it. So yeah, quite like those. And then the last thing is I got some washi tape, but I think we need to clear a bit of space before we unwrap this and swatch it. So let's do that. Let's unwrap these washi tapes and put them in my swatch book. I borrowed my TN clip to hold open this. Might as well, as it's handy. I don't know tape, Mind Wave ink. I've never heard of this. It says made in Japan and it's $7.95 Australian. So let's talk a little bit about the prices. I love going to Japan and I've been several times and I will always return, and the prices there are great. But when you're not there, it's also really good to support your local stores, and the price is more expensive, but we want those local stores to still be there, don't we? So that's why I like to support them. What do you think? Do you like to support your local store? Without a local store, we wouldn't have had this event, would we? So that's my thought. Okay, the first washi tape is cut out as well. It's a continuous roll and it is book themed. Looks pretty good. Let's stick this one down. So let's cut this one off. Okay, this next one we can see it's MT Fab. Is that the same as MT Lab? Ooh, is that like a rip-off? No, it's MT. They're just saying how fab they are, I guess. So yeah, so this was $14.95. Pretty pricey for washi tape, but I have not had one like this before. Maybe it's this way up. So it's also cut out and it's sort of all old letters and stamps. It's not really my style at all, but I love it. Yeah, it has an expensive feel, if you know what I mean. It's got a matte finish. I think that's gonna look perfect, isn't it? Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, this last one is a clear roll sticker. This was $16.95. Don't know, don't recognize who this is by. This is stickers on a roll. Maybe if I hold it over here we can see it a bit better. Let's peel some off. So it's just sort of random text, I think, and it's looks French to me, Lafayette. Something a little different. Interesting. There's quite a lot on the roll. There we are. Bit tricky to see. Could add some interesting accents. Very different styles, aren't they? All three very different styles. So they had quite a good washi tape selection there, but I already have quite a lot. I buy it more as a souvenir to remember where I have been actually, but I do use it quite a bit every day in my journal, my various journals and planners. So there we are. That is my washi tape. I will add a note here to say where I got it and the date so that I've got a good record of it. Now I will show you some of the stamps that I got in my TN. I don't think I've ever showed my TNs in a video yet. I keep meaning to get round to it, but here we are. I had them for a few months before I started to use them, but now I am using them. That's what they're designed for, not just to hold and keep special. So I won't go into too much detail, but I'll show some of the stamps that I got at this event. So they had Travelers Company stamps, and yeah, this was a very bad impression of the partner shop stamp until I learned to hold it down. And another crazy thing, they had the labels on the stamp upside down, so if you looked at the stamp and just took it as being the right way, upside down. I mean, it's sort of annoying, but it's all part of the journey, isn't it? So I don't think I had too many more in my passport, just this one. And that one didn't come out well either. This was a good one there. Yeah, that was not too bad. So you had to have several goes with this one. That is what I put in my passport. And then my standard. This was another one that was upside down. So I just flipped it and put it up the right way, and it sort of looks like it's intentional now. So there we are. This is why I got a big insert for this, because I've been using my passport, tiny insert. So this was my shopping list. So I already had some of these things on, but I put a couple of extra stamps inside. The stamps work much better on the covers than on the actual paper. So this one as well, and then a few further in. So this is part of the insert. This was from Tokyo Station, but these were stamps that I got at this event. But I have these stamps from when I was in Tokyo as well, just not on this insert. So I think that was it. I mean, it felt like I was getting a lot of stamps at the time. Oh, here's another different one. But yeah, I didn't get so many in the end, but I got enough. That's all that matters to me. The stamping section was pretty busy. So there we are. Stamps in my TN. Some stickers to put in. It might sit there for a while because it's too nice to use. So I've got this tag to attach. It's going to get quite lost on there, isn't it? But will it go on there? Doesn't matter. It's very dark. Maybe in another video I shall take you on a flip through of my TNs to show you how I am using them. So just to let you know, I got this one in Taipei and I got this one in Tokyo. Both great memories from where I purchased them, which is what I love about this. So I hope you have enjoyed this quick video of the Stamp Caravan at Bookbinders Design in Melbourne, Australia. If you did, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more travel and creative videos.